Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another swatch party. As I promised, today I am going to swatch all of the new Glamshop eyeshadows, both that I received and that I bought myself. This is the second swatch party of the Glamshop shadows, so you will have linked in the description box below and in the cards my first one, and that will have contained the shadows that I had previously bought, and I will not really go into those again because I think then it's redundant. I might do some comparisons if shadows are similar, but most of all we're going to go through the new ones. And I have a palette of mattes here. I have a few mattes along the way as well, so we're gonna swatch those. We're gonna swatch the marble eyeshadows, which are these one here. I have 3 hollow eyeshadows that I want to swatch with you, some newer turbo glows. I have 3 of the new velvet shadows and a few of the new just regular shimmers in here. So we're gonna go through all of these. I'm gonna first take them all out of the palettes and organize them a bit by color, because now they're organized a bit in what I bought and what I received, so that I can disclose properly. But after this video they're all gonna be together. And yeah, let's get started. I am going to start with the mattes, and of course while I was doing my reorganizing, I found out that these are 2 the same. So they sent me one and I bought one of the same red eyeshadow. So I will be putting this one away. I didn't even swatch it yet, and passing it along or putting it in a giveaway, something. It's a beautiful red. I'm so sad that I bought a double, but we're gonna move on. I am swatching on a clean arm, no primer, dry fingers. I'm going to be cleaning my fingers with a wipe and then drying them on a towel. And I'm going to start with the mattes, because then that means that my hand will not be full of glitter when I try to swatch mattes. The first one is the shade Matte Nude, and it is a nude cream eyeshadow. It is quite close to my skin tone, actually. It has a little bit of a yellow undertone. Then we have the shade Ladny Szari, and I will put all of the names in the description box below as usual, divided by these sections that I swatch. So first there's going to be all the mattes in the order that I swatch them, so you will find them down there. Next we have Kawa z mlekiem, and sounds like coffee with milk, maybe? I'm gonna look it up actually, because yeah, again, I don't speak Polish, but I have lived on the border with a Slavic speaking country. I come from Trieste, which is a city next to the border with Slovenia, and I have picked up some I don't know, ideas of the language that is similar to then other Slavic languages, but not as similar as one would expect. Anyways, I'm blabbing on. The next one is Brudny Roz, which could be bridal pink. It's a nice warm pink matte. Talking a little bit about the formula of these, I found that they are quite a soft powder. They're not extremely pigmented, in the sense that especially now I'll show you for the dark brown, you don't get a very deep pigmentation. The next one is Czeko, which is this brown matte, and when you apply it on the eyes, you get more of this type of effect. So you can build it up, but it's not as chocolatey and intense as something like I don't know, the Melt cosmetic mattes or the Natasha Denona mattes. They're a little bit less pigmented, a little bit more yeah, powdery. It's as if there is a lot of binder in that helps with the blending, because these blend really well, but they also blend away a little bit. So this is a little bit how I feel about the neutrals from the brand. Next up is the shade Military, and it is a military green. You can see also while I'm swatching them, they kind of go on a little bit powdery, maybe a little bit chalky. It's not my favorite formula, I have to say. When it starts to get amazing is when you move into the more colorful ones. This one is marinated peas or pickled peas, I think they translated now on their website. And this is a more true green. There's less gray in it. It's less khaki or military right here. And the next one is Kwasniak, which I saw now on the website. I think it's translated as acid. It's a beautiful acidic green, quite powdery, but it's very unique in my collection in terms of color. And now we're getting into the more colorful ones. This is Sasanka, which is a beautiful magenta. And I used this recently in a video. The performance of this on the eye is incredible. One, the color is fantastic. And two, it really translates like this on the eye. I was so impressed. I didn't have, as I said, the best experience with the nudes. They're okay. They're just not my favorite formula. But these colorful ones, same, I used this teal, which is called Troll. I used it also in a look just on my own while I was testing things, and it blended out. It was punchy and prominent, and it's really nice matte. So I really enjoy these more bright mattes from them and a little bit less the neutrals. And the final one is Nie-swiety, which I don't know the translation of, but this is a red, and I have not used or swatched this one yet, and it's the one I had to double, so I cannot really tell you how good it is on the eyes or not. It's a little bit powdery and not super covering. As you can see, it's a bit less covering than the others, but as I said, this is only impressions from swatching, and to be honest, it doesn't mean anything with these shades. But it's a very bright tomato red, super nice color actually. So here are the mattes. Now we're moving on to shimmers and turbo glows. I was thinking of separating them, but I think if I do them together, you will really see the difference between the formulas, like I did in my previous video. So I am kind of gonna go like this, 2 rows of 10, and we're gonna get through it. Let me start with the greens because I love the greens the most. This is one of the new shimmer shades called Swierkowka, and it is a regular shimmery green. I applied it the other day on my eyes to test it, and this one did crease on me. I did not apply glitter glue, but it did crease on me, and you can see this has a satiny, just regular shimmer on a quite dark base. Next one up is the shade Satellite. That is a also, it doesn't say turbo glow on there, but it does seem quite like a turbo glow to me, and it is a beautiful duochrome with a warmer base. And look at that green shit. My goodness, the wetness of these, they are amazing, just amazing. Next one up is Ornament, another one that does not say that it's a turbo glow. Could be an ultra pearl, but it doesn't say the finish on the back of the pan. And here it is. This is a more green toned gold, or it's like a gold with a green toned shift. Next up is the shade Fortune Teller, and this one is a turbo glow. And this is a warm gold eyeshadow. It's as if the turbo glows are supposed to have more texture, more sparkle, and a little bit of a lighter, more translucent base, but I find them to be quite impactful, all of these three, even though they don't say the same thing on the back. I'm gonna take a look on the website after we are done talking, or after I'm done filming. Next one is one of the new ones. This is the new yellow shimmer, and this is called Flare, and this is an ultra pearl that it says on the back. And on my Instagram stories, I also compared this yellow to the yellows in the yellow palette. But this one is much more cool toned, and you can see it has a little bit of a cooler shift as well. It's a true yellow base with a cooler shift. I think it's beautiful. It's quite unique to my collection. Moving on to Rewia, and this one also seems not to be one of the special formulas, but or at least according to the back of the pan. And I used this one recently. This is quite translucent as a base, but it has a really nice bright orange shimmer to it. And you can see that like this, it's not really very impactful, and then the light hits it and it's gorgeous. Very unique. I'm used to having these colors in a more like metallic formula, and this one is something else. Next up is the shade Herbarz, and this is a Turbo Glow. And this is one of those fabulous super high shine shadows. Look at that. Warm base, greenish, mint, shift. And they're all different, right? You can see that they're all different. Then we have the shade Epigram, which is also Turbo Glow. This one is also super shifty. It looks yellow in the pan, but as you tilt it and as you swatch it, you can see it has a very strong pink shift. So this is like a light yellow with a strong pink shift. I hope you can see that, but I think you do. Very, very unique, beautiful in the inner corner. I really like it. This was sent to me and I didn't think I would like it, but I am in love with it. Next one up is the shade Nymph. And this is also a Turbo Glow, and this is one of those beautiful high shine champagne toppers, or like all over the lid, very bridal, a little bit on the cooler side. It has some pink shift to it. Beautiful, high effect. I love these. And final for this arm is the Turbo Glow Wata Cucrowa. I think it's cotton candy, and it's this beautiful orange and pink Turbo Glow eyeshadow, and I've used this recently. This with the coral matte eyeshadow in the crease is incredible, really incredible. I cannot stop praising these formulas. I really like them. And I hope, yeah, that you can catch this beautiful shift. So this was the first row. Okay, clean arm again. Let's continue. The next up is this beautiful, gorgeous, shifty beauty. It's called Blyskotka. Blyskotka. Again, names will be in the description box with the English alternative that you can find on the website. But this is this beautiful, shifty blue mint gold. This in the inner corner is life. It's just so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Next up is the shade Elfichki, which is one of the new eyeshadows that they launched recently. This is a regular shimmer, and you can really see the difference in the shine right here. Oh yeah, and the first one I didn't tell you, but it's a Turbo Glow. Whereas the second one is a regular shimmer, and this one is a green with a little bit of pink shift in it as well, and a little bit of baby blue as well. It gives it a really nice dimension without it being a lot, like it's a little bit more subdued. Next up is the Turbo Glow Slayer, and I've been loving this one, using it a lot because it's a bit of this sage, icy sage green, a little bit of gray, but it looks so good on the eye, and it's kind of the mood of this wet spring to me. I really like it. I use it a lot, and it wasn't something that I would expect to be using a lot, but it has it has its quality. I really like it, and it's a Turbo Glow. Next up is one of their newer Turbo Glows. This is the shade Cyclone, and this one is a dusty blue with the lilac shift. I hope you can catch the purple, to be honest. It looks difficult in the slides, but I see it looking at it in this direction. I really see the pink purple of it. This is something that I notice is this is a Turbo Glow, but this is also a Turbo Glow, and the effect, the wetness and the particle size are all different. Next up is the shade Celtic, which is also a Turbo Glow, and this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, the shine. And this is a baby blue with a little bit of a warmer pink base. But I guess that what you see is really just the shine in the camera. It's beautiful. Moving on to the shade Zorza. This is also a Turbo Glow, and this one is a blue with purple. And actually on the camera you see quite a green gold shift. From my side it really is purple with a baby blue shift. Next up is Vegas Biz. I don't know if there was a Vegas first, but this is also a Turbo Glow, and this has a warmer base with yeah, like a blue shift to it, and a little bit of pink in there too. Bit of a blue brown. It reminds me a little bit of that. Next one up is a famous one, which is Fig or Ficus, which is Figowic in Polish, and this one has all of the reflects, and it's a deep, I dare to say a little bit flaky shade. And look at that shine, it's incredible. This is also Turbo Glow. I just pressed my nail into it. Ah, I hate it. I hate it when I ruin my shadows like this. Let me see if I can press it back down a bit. So it is. But then you can see really the texture when I press the pen, and this is after I swatch it. Last two of this row. This one is called Global Glam, and it's one of the more wearable eyeshadows, I guess. It's a beautiful cooler rose gold, or just beautiful shimmery pink, but it's a very wearable pink. It's not it's very nice. It's something that you can't go wrong. It's a very glam type of eyeshadow. It will look very good on brides, for example. Really nice. And this one is one of my favorites. This is the shade Bella. This is a red with a gold shift, and like a raspberry red with a golden blue shift. It's just it's so gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow. And yeah, really a big fan of this one. So here is the rest of my Turbo Glows and shimmers for this round. Next group of shadows is the marbles. I purchased these three and received these others, and these are a very special type of formula. These contain two different colored particles, and you can see it quite well here, but they're not milled together, so you get a bit of a chunky texture, but also, as they say, it depends if you rub them or if you tap them, you get a different color. So this one right here will not turn out to be very blue unless you get a lot of the blue in here. I have to say, this is not my favorite formula. It's very messy to use on the eyes and difficult because it is very thick and chunky, and if you put too much, it creases quite badly. On the other hand, when you swatch it, it's something that I've never ever seen in my life. I mean, look at this shine. This is a super impactful formula. However, to be honest, yeah, it takes a lot of effort to put on properly. This is the shade Scandal, and it's possibly my favorite one of all of these. It is stunning. And it's incredible. The next one is Fashion for Success. And this one right here is a more berry red type of shadow. They are just so beautiful, but you see that I just tap my finger into these and the pigment that comes off. I think I could put it 10 times on my eyes with the amount that is on here. Next up is Weather for the Rich, and this is a little bit harder pressed, and it's a beautiful bronze, a warm bronze. And can you see here how there's the product is very thick, so it kind of makes a bit of wrinkles where they're not. This will also enhance the texture on your eyes. And you can also see that the shine on these varies quite a bit. Like this is super shiny, the first one's Scandal, and this one is a little bit less. The next one is Alexis, which is this one with the gold and blue. And you can see when I press on it with my finger what comes out. There's both some bronze and some blue. And when you apply it, that's the first swipe, you see some blue in it. But on the eyes, to be honest, it doesn't really translate that much, and it's very thick. So this is what I don't love about it. I rather have a thin, very metallic bronze without the blue in it and just have all the pigments mixed together. It's much easier to use. Next up is Illusion, and as you can see, this one here has less of the multiple colors in there. It's still in this very emollient, chunky formulation, and a nice taupey shadow. Next up is the shade Crystal, which, yeah, just looks like a very bright champagne shade. It's also the least thick of them, and very nice. They have a high coverage, that you can definitely say for them. Like, they're not a sheer wash of color on the eye. This is very impactful, very suited for like very dramatic looks, I find. I cannot wear these for a just a regular day-to-day, let's say, because they're very dramatic in the amount of pigment that they have and in the texture as well. Next up is the shade Dainty, and this one contains both some white and lavender purple particles. You can see how it streaks once you get one of the purple particles, but it's one of these purple with gold shifts. And here you see I actually have especially purple on this side, but not much on that one because of the way it was in the pan. And they're just difficult. I don't know what to say. Next one up is Affair, and I've used this quite a bit. It's a beautiful shadow, very shiny, and with a very nice warm base and a blue shaft. There you go. This is Affair. And then last but not least, we have the shade Narcissus, which is this purple with some white particles in it, and it's a nice magenta purple with some gold through it. I use this in my Get Ready With Me, my purple look, I think. And there it is. These are the marbles. Not my favorite formula, but I honestly cannot deny that these two are some of the most unique shadows that I've ever seen, both in shine and performance. I have used them on my eyes, and yeah, if you are careful and if you're okay with having very, very prominent makeup, these might be something for you. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the previous batches of shimmers and Turbo Glows over these, to be honest. I can't stop looking at Scandal. I can't stop. I started talking before I started recording. Here I have the formulas that are least represented in my collection: 3 velvets, 3 hollows, and 3 pressed glitters. I started with swatching this guy right here, which is Magic or Wizard. And you can see in the pan it looks like quite a warm or neutral green. Once swatched, it really has a strong teal blue base with this green shimmer on top. And I have to say, this is quite a unique formula. It almost feels like it's the Natasha Denona Cream to Powder shadows with on top some shimmer. It's beautiful, and you can actually apply this and then blend it out on the sides, and you will end up with a blended, you see, almost matte blue eyeshadow. Right now the matte part is impossible to see because my hands and my arms are full of glitter from this session. This is the only one of this formula that I've tried so far. The next one I have is Headliner, and this one is a beautiful berry burgundy base with some green shimmer, green gold shimmer on top, and it's glorious. I can't wait to wear it. Very much of a fall shade for me, but very, very pretty. And it, as I said, it's a very weird texture because it's not a matte with glitter like we're used to from Colourpop, for example, that I really don't like because it's like a very powdery matte with glitter that is barely there. This one you can really see the shimmer on top, but it's not part of the base color. So very interesting finish. The next one and the last one of this formula is Macadamia, and this is a more, I would say, wearable but classic brown, warm brown with yeah, the shift is the shimmer is the gold here. These are the 3 that I bought from the velvets. My friend Marte here on YouTube received them in PR all and has a full video on them, and that's where I got to choose mine. I am a bit sad I didn't buy the shade Abracadabra, which is like a military green with a pink shift on top, I think. And I thought I did buy it and I didn't. Next up is my hollows, and I have one that I already showed you in the previous swatch party. This is Nude Hollow, and to be honest, I don't really use this much because the hollow is not very prominent, and you really need to be in some specific lighting for it to show up on your eyes, and to me that's not worth it. I might as well use any other brown eyeshadow. The new generation is, this is the golden hollow, I think it's Lotte Hollow, and these are the newer holographic shadows, and you can see that the shine is 10 times more. And I can see more hollow in this one than I did in the previous one, so maybe they did do a better job at reformulating. Also, I think there's a new nude hollow that came out, but I don't have that one, and this golden one was sent to me. But you can see that it's a very beautiful shade, and I hope the camera can pick up the hollow, otherwise I'll see if I can get it from my phone at a different angle. And the final hollow I have is Bahir Hollow, which I think is translated as fancy hollow, and I've used this also in my video, and this one is a holographic shadow. Like this, there's no question that there's hollow in there. I mean, this one is an impactful holographic shadow. It's the difference between this one and the others is really a lot, and it's pretty incredible what they've achieved. These do not contain PT, but they do contain acrylates, which are still classified as microplastics. So if that is your concern, you can know that. You can see also on my fingers the difference between the holographic particles and the 3. I think they've just updated the formulation, and the new one is banging. Banging, I tell you. I think I need to shower after this, because anything I do to remove this glitter. I will still be full when I go and pick up my baby. Next up is the 3 pressed glitters I have. I myself bought the shade Zloto right here without noticing it was a glitter, and I had it from a previous order. So this one you've already seen swatched in the other swatch party, but since I only have 3 glitters, I thought I'd add it here. The effect of these is really beautiful. Like it's quite unique. It's, I think, impossible to get this effect with just micas, even synthetic micas. This is PET glitter, so I am very careful using it. You can feel it's a bit gritty on your skin when you apply it. The next one is the shade Virus with a W. And these glitters don't need glitter glue in principle, because you can see they adhere to my skin by themselves. And this is a beautiful, very wet look. Just gold and blue and green glitter, but mainly gold, I guess, looking from ahead. And the next one is ultraviolet, and as the name suggests, I expect some ultraviolet glitter here. This is very wet. It almost, I don't know, it's very wet, and you can see here the effect. From my angle it really looks ultraviolet. There we go. And these were the last ones that I would be swatching in this video, and the last round of singles that I hadn't swatched for you guys. I also have a few palettes that I received and I bought myself, but I will not be including them in this video. Let me know if you want a swatch party with those as well, or if the videos that I've been doing, showing them to you on my eyes, are enough. I'm always up for swatch parties, you know that. I just need to have the right lighting, which is not today. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which shadows are your favorites from Glamshop, and if I am missing something in my collection that I really should be getting, and if you tried the new formulas, what you think of them. I'm really curious to apply these velvets on my eyes a little bit more and wear them more, and yeah, maybe do a full look with one of these new holos. Very beautiful. You just need to be in the mood for it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!